It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for Bowling for Burgers with Golden Graham. No, it's not. It's time for Dynamite After Dark, baby. Woo!
Halos up, boys and girls. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Hit it. Welcome to this week's edition of Dynamite After Dark, coming to you live from Portland, Oregon. I am, well, let's just say I'm the king of audible filth. About to give you an auditory orgasm. I am the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. My name is Canada effing Dry, baby. Whoa!
This man once tamed a moose and made him his pet. You know he's legit.
Yeah, his name is Moosey.
His name is Moosey. In this corner right here, it's a general manager of the Mayhem brand of AFW. He is a former Marine. I salute you, my friend. Happy Veterans Day if I don't see you. He is, of course, GM Joe, Doug Golden Graham, Joseph Graham. What's going on, brother?
Not much, but my little PSA, before Veterans Day on Saturday, it's an even bigger day. Friday's the Marine Corps birthday, and it's not like a birth.
Did you say birthday?
Birth, my bad. It's been a long day. My wife makes fun of me because I say birth all the time. Like, it's just how I talk. But yeah, like I said, November 10th, 1775, U.S. Marine Corps birthday. The only branch of service to be born in a bar. That's why we're the best.
Damn right.
Now, you're the Marine Corps guy. Can you just call the people out there some maggots like Sergeant Slaughter was?
No, because he wasn't a Marine. He was Army. So.
Oh, so you don't call maggots.
Was he really Army?
Probably not.
Kayfabe Army.
All right. Sorry I have to do this, but I'm just kidding, Rich. I'm kidding. Oh, this guy over here. This guy right. No, this guy. Yeah, this guy right here. Man with the shades. The Dolphins hat, which we will excuse, although that team is just freaking phenomenal. It's dear to my heart because he's got the soul voice. This guy should be a radio DJ. I'm talking about the ever expert, Mr. Isaac. Say hello.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the American half of the Magic of Wrestling podcast, which you can find here on this channel every Saturday afternoon. I am the ever expert, Mr. Isaacs. What's up, gentlemen?
Not much. How you doing?
You know, Jeremy, you're always so well color coordinated. You got the blue shades with the blue Dolphins logo and the blue shirt. It's just like snap, snap.
I am very meticulous about my color coordination when I'm on the shows.
I mean, it's kind of weird that he is melding his two teams, the Dolphins and the Kentucky Wildcats, together.
Yeah. It's just an amalgamation. I know you can't see it, but I've got Dolphins sweatpants on too.
Are they blue?
Well, we love you.
It's the aqua color. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I introduce this guy right here.
Well, listen, last week, let's just put it this way. AFW, the JFB, last year was kind of a more losing than winning. This year, it's like tying, which is kind of kissing your first cousin, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. It's bull crap is what it is. Last week, I tied this guy. He gave me a fight. And I gave him a fight back. We fought.
Yep.
I'm talking about better than your boyfriend, Lord Ryan Rich.
Hello, one and all. Better than your boyfriend, Lord Ryan Rich is here once again. And JFB, it was truly a fight for the ages. Thank you for the performance.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go round and
You
round.
know, you keep saying you're better than my boyfriend, but I don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, this is not a plug, but in honor of our resident jokester here, I have a shirt that I'm wearing that it says, "I've gone 0 days without telling
Uh,
It's true. He's missed 2 weeks.
I know.
I'll be coming back strong this week.
He's slacking on the job is what he's doing. He's slacking on the job. Anyways, guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say that tonight wasn't the go home, but, this is the go home to the go home of Wednesday Night Dynamite. It was live from Portland, Oregon on November 8th, 2023. We start off with what I think is how Dynamite is going to start off with. It's not going to start off with the intro and then going right into a match. It's going to start with Tony Schiavone this time. Not Renee Paquette, but Tony Schiavone. Schiavone's in the back with MJF. MJF walks in and says, "What's going on, you sad little prick?" Oh, my God, MJF. Are you going heel again? Maybe not. We'll find out later tonight. The phone rings. Obviously, it's Adam Cole. They put him on the screen. He keeps pushing Samoa Joe. You need Samoa Joe in your corner. You need him to be your tag partner. And then, of course, here comes the new wheels of AEW. We're talking about Roderick Strong. He comes out with the Kingdom and his Adam shirt, which, by the way, the JFB has purchased and will be here in no time at all. As I will walk around going, Adam! Here comes our Garcia. Now, I'm 51 years old. I lived through the time when people would airbrush their jeans and their jean overalls. Right? I got that kind of time on my side. I've lived through that era. He walks out with airbrush jeans, made me think, my God, what the hell is going on with Daniel Garcia? And MJF proposes to him, "Sir, are you going to be a sports entertainer?" And then flips off Matt Menard. "Are you going to be a professional wrestler?" And he says, "I'm going to be a professional wrestler." Canada Dry, start us off with, what are your thoughts on this segment, if you will?
It was a strong opening segment, I gotta say. I liked it. What can you say? Like it was a good opener.
Yeah, absolutely. Lord Ryan Rich, otherwise known as Rich Southwood.
I think it's been fun watching MJF the past few weeks kind of open with his little comedy thing. And the airbrush jeans are, if only he would have had like overalls on with only one of the things strapped, it would have been complete.
He can't be stealing Powerhouse Hobbs look now, okay?
I mean, maybe that was maybe there was heat backstage, and that's why it happened. I'm just saying for the look and the time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could have been more. But I thought it was a great way to open the show.
Absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts, my friend.
I love it. Like, even like just the sheer joy on MJF's face when he was calling Schiavone like a prick made me laugh in my seat.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny and it's so great. And as usual, the Kingdom and Roddy, or especially Roddy, gold and his stupid Adam. Like, it's great. Like, when we get to the end of the show, I do have something I want to bring up from this interview, though.
Okay.
So we'll talk about
Oh, is it the part where I need to show him who I really am?
Yeah, that's definitely very much a.
I do too. How about you, Mr. Isaacs? Your thoughts, my friend?
I thought it was an entertaining way to start the show. MJF is amazing, so like anytime they could get him talking and just running down somebody, it just makes for an entertaining segment no matter what. And the Adam thing and the Kingdom and all that, it's kind of annoying to me. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I did think this was a funny way to start the show. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right. So I hear there's someone backstage. He wants to call in for this first match. I think we have Caleb backstage.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Good.
PCB.
You gotta come in the center of the screen here, buddy.
Yeah, I am on the floor.
Okay.
He's all good. We know it's him. We know it's PCB. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
What's
PCB,
up,
what do you think about the opening segment, my friend?
The opening segment was great. The storyline with MJF and Aaron Cole, I think somebody from Red Dragon will be in the max. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%. Let's keep him for the first match.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. First match of the night. It's the opening match. It's, of course, Daniel Garcia, Mr. Disco Dancer, versus MJF. Here's my notes. Bold move making this the opening match. It kind of made sense, but it kind of didn't. I would have liked to have seen the main event and the opening match switched a little bit.
Yeah, because everyone predicted this.
No way.
Let's hope the dancing bullshit is done and over.
It's not.
That's not.
No.
No. I love how over MJF is. And I'm be the first to admit, MJF is not a tweener, my friends. This guy is a stone cold face who just happens to have a smidge, a skosh, if you will, of heel tendencies.
No, it's a skosh of scumbaggery.
Oh, scumbaggery. Yeah. Yes. MJF going tactical and technical in the very beginning, I thought was great. Why is Menard and Parker even part of this? Like, let's be really honest. Is it the point where they just don't know what to do with these two guys because they're not part of the faction?
Jay Pemberton says 6 guys is the perfect amount for Garcia dance off at Dynamite after dark. Come on, Mr. Isaac, you gotta do it.
Hey, I'll Garcia off. I'll Prince Nana off. I'll do whatever kind of dance is necessary and required.
This is looking like a bad episode of Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, I know. I'll take AFB to block. The crowd. I want to express Portland, Oregon, for years, for decades, for centuries, has been a mainstay for professional wrestling. Let's not forget Roddy Piper's from that area. They ran rampant, and the fans were just horrible tonight. Horrible. Absolutely atrocious. I finger you. I finger shame you, my friends.
Ayo.
Yeah, you should be on your feet. Clapping. Shame, shame, shame. Anyways, finger poke to the eyes is always a good way to stop bad dancing. I'm just saying. If you're walking down the street and someone's doing a crazy dance and you don't like it, finger poke them right in the eye. That will stop it immediately. It's like a dog when you stick your finger up his butt.
Yeah, but that will get you assault charges.
Yeah, only if they catch you. You gotta hope you can run.
Technicalities.
I'm not buying Garcia as a legitimate threat to the champ. I just not. I really wish they would have had someone else in the slot instead of Daniel Garcia. His time is coming, but it's not right now. And then, of course, MJF puts out the hand for the handshake for sportsmanship, which the crowd kept announcing and kept chanting. And Menard Parker kept saying no and pulled them away. Eventually, they left. And yeah, Canada Dry, your thoughts, my friend, on the first match?
I thought this was really great. I love that Garcia is getting the rub here.
Yeah,
because he's been down in below mid card shame for like months.
Yeah.
So this gives him a bit of shine, and it makes sense why it's not the main event if you really, really think about it.
Yeah,
because he's not ready yet to be the main event.
Correct.
I enjoyed the back and forth action between these two, and I really like that we're gonna get the breakup of Garcia and 2.0.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to have the breakup. He cannot be hanging out with these two dudes anymore.
Yep, I agree.
He has to break up, and he has to go out and maybe win. Maybe the television title.
That would be a good pick. I would love to see Daniel Garcia with the belt. PCB, man, I love that name. PCB, tell us what you thought about the first match of the night.
This first match of the night was great. Great with final drive. Back and forth is really good. Matt and Parker, I remember Chris Jericho using them to get to MJF's palms, and I think it's doing that happen. See MJF's pushing. Daniel just steal away, but Daniel will still want to be a new Ring of Honor TV championship in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to Lord Ryan Rich. Your thoughts on the first match?
I like the match a lot. I disagree that Garcia doesn't deserve to be here. This dude within the last year beat Daniel Garcia. He was being pushed to the moon, and now he kind of had to take a back seat with a slide to the JAS, and I understand that. But the whole point of MJF's thing was giving someone the shine who maybe didn't necessarily was getting it before. He's trying to highlight the up and coming youth of AFW. I love that move. I think it's awesome. Plus, if it also does further the progression of Garcia leaving 2.0, then that's even better.
Yeah.
I think it could have been a main event. My thought was I thought Joe was going to open, and I thought we would see MJF somehow with that. And then, my thought process was right. I was like, we're going to have MJF at the open of the show. We're going to have MJF at the close of the show. It just wasn't in the order I thought it was going to be in.
There you go.
That's the only problem. But I thought the match was solid. And Daniel Garcia, I think he's great. I think he's bulked up a little bit too.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'll counter with this. I'm not against Daniel Garcia. I think Daniel Garcia is truly the second tier of the pillars of AEW. My concern is I feel like this is a wasted opportunity on him. I think if you're going to build him up and give him the shine, do it the right way. Let him constantly rack win after win after win to the point where you have to give him a title shot and he's a legit contender. I think this just kind of wastes time with him. You know, I don't think it should.
I feel that, but that used to be easier to do when you had dark elevation. You could just put them on there, stack up wins, and when the win-loss count mattered, that's how you got it done, was through that. So now it's a little bit different, and I think they're still trying to find their way on how they're going to do it going forward.
Yeah. Remember when wins and losses used to mean something in AEW? Which Farm remembers.
Remembers.
So I really enjoyed this match, and I was sitting here watching it, and I'm thinking Tony Khan needs to back up the Brinks truck to get MJF to stay in AEW, because this is literally the foundation of the future of this company with these two. There's no two ways about it. This is what the future of AEW should be. It should be around these two, plus you throw in a couple other guys like your Darbys and everything, and you have a great foundation for another 10 years of wrestling.
Yeah. Darby's only got 2 years of wrestling left in him, buddy.
I understand. But MJF doesn't. Daniel Garcia doesn't. He has a long time.
Yeah, I know, but
yes, I know.
Darby's pulling up that bump card so fast.
Well, yeah. Darby's also said he's not going to wrestle a long time. Yeah. He knows he's not. So he's here to do what he wants to do and then get out.
Yeah. Let's be real honest. If this guy survives Mount Everest, he'll wrestle until he's like 90, okay? Let's go to the expert, Mr. Isaacs. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts on the match?
I thought this was a really good match. I didn't think this was the best match I'd ever seen, but I thought it was a really good, solid match. MJF is so much better in the ring than he used to be.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally becoming one of my favorite wrestlers. Not just a guy who cuts a promo, but like I love his in-ring work. I love his intensity. I love the psychology and playing to the crowd. I love the fact that he's bulked up. He does more moves now than he used to. He's improving so much. Garcia looked really good as well. Some good technical exchanges in this match. I thought this was a really solid match. It's kind of a showcase match for MJF, for him going over Garcia and making the fans happy to see the champion. I don't think it should have been on first, but I understand why they did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, PCB, thanks for calling in. You want to call in again next week?
Sure, Sid. That's sweet.
All
All
right.
right.
See you later.
PCB.
See you, Caleb.
BCB out.
That's
I
my
feel
boy.
like every time I say PCB, I feel like I'm going to
Oh, I
get
just kicked Rich out too.
Jesus. I feel like every time I say
Sorry, I
PCB,
was trying to kick.
bust it on top.
That wasn't
The
on purpose.
lifestyles of the rich and ruthless.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Continues.
Hello's up.
Hell's up.
It was up.
Kick him out.
All right, all I gotta say is this. Let's go to our next thing. It's a promo. It's a video package. Mark Briscoe, really good package, really good promo. My question to you is this: amongst all of us, we usually cut really great promos. I am, of course, the AFW two-time promo giver of the year, two-time. But how do you become a great promo? How do you become a great wrestler? Well, there's only one way to do it, and that is going to school.
BCB says I voted out that. I vote Evil Joe to leave next.
Evil Joe sounds like Evil Knievel's. Like
I'm not the one who
town
literally
hall
just put up
cousin.
horns on top of my head.
Yes,
Just saying.
exactly. We're all halos up, it's a good sign. And he's like,
anyways, you got to learn your art and craft. I learned mine the hard way. I didn't go to film school. I went on a beaten path. I went on the streets, yo. I learned how to do it by doing. And if I had the ability to go to school, I would have. And this is where you can learn to give great promos, become a great wrestler, and become the next, I don't know, MJF possibly. FTW Pro Wrestling, I could tell you all about it, but I'm going to show you the truth.
Determination, perseverance. These are the qualities that make a champion. Do you have what it takes to be the next wrestling superstar? Are you ready to turn your dreams into a reality? At Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy, we can help you become the champion you were meant to be. Our world travel trainers, Brian Idle and Natalia Markova, are well-known industry professionals with years of experience in the world of wrestling. From the basics to advanced techniques, they are dedicated to help give you the tools that you need to succeed in the ring. Our training program is tailored to challenge you, push you to your limits, and help you discover your full potential. Come join our diverse group of talent. Join us at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy and make your dream a reality. Visit our website or contact us to learn more and start your journey to the top today.
It's just outside Tampa Bay, $250 a month. Go drive Uber, go drive Lyft, do Instacart, do whatever you need to do. Get yourself an apartment so you can rest and heal. And then go to ftwprowrestling.com, sign up today. Let's go to our second match. We're talking about Sting and Darby Allin versus the Outrunners here. Some of my notes. I'm digging the old school Outrunners, man. Maybe it's the neon. Maybe it's the mullets. I'm not really sure, but I'm digging it. I am buying into the Outrunners. If they have a shirt, I guarantee at some point JFB is going to have one. Taz got to finally say, "You can't handle the truth." Oh, Taz, but I digress.
Yes.
I love that Sting got the majority of the offense. Sting really got to do what Sting does best, and that's actually wrestle and no-sell. He no-sells so well. Classic FTW about how you no-sell a move, because that cat knows how to do it. I'm going to go with Lord Rich Southwood first. Mr. Southwood, your turn.
It is a gift to every wrestling fan to be able to still see Sting wrestle at this level at his age. I am so thankful that he is with AEW, with Tony Khan, someone who appreciates him and who is going to send him off the right effing way.
Yep.
I just love it.
Yep, absolutely. Let's go to GM Joe.
I mean, what's there to say? I'm on the record. Sting's my favorite one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So, I mean, I don't care that Canada Dry makes fun of his sharpshooter or his Scorpion Deathlock. I don't care. I still love him. He's like, it's Sting. Like, I go back to watching WCW in the 90s with the colored Surfer Sting.
What do you think? You're going to go back in time and teach him how to do the sharpshooter?
No. Maybe Bret Hart should have copied Sting since, he took the move from Sting anyway. So
He did not take it from Sting.
Sting did the move before him?
Yes, but he didn't take it from Sting.
Sure he did.
You actually know who taught Bret Hart the sharpshooter?
Sting.
It was Conan.
Conan probably got it from Sting.
Yeah, it was Conan. Yeah. Conan got
I
it
don't
from
like it
somebody
when
in
mom and
Japan.
dad fight. I don't like it when mom and dad fight. All right, let's go to the Evan expert, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, this was kind of a Sting showcase, basically. And I don't hate that. I grew up watching Sting. I loved watching him. He's a day older than my dad. Still makes me nervous as hell when I see him in the ring. But
You never let us forget that, Mr. Isaacs.
no, because every time I see him, I'm just like, oh my god.
Well, and I have the same birthday as Sting. We're both March 20th, so.
Nice.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
and-
I have a question, Mr. Isaacs.
yeah.
Is your dad in as good a shape as Sting?
No. Now, to be fair, Mr. Isaacs is Mr. Isaacs Senior. He's a decent health, and he's still a fully functional, working full-time man. But no, he is not in the shape of Sting. That's for sure.
You know what? You know what his other name is for his dad? Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Bill.
I told the story about Big Bill. Yeah, a while back.
Does your dad know we're talking about him being Big Bill on the show every once in a while?
I mentioned it to my mom. She probably said something to him, but it probably, I don't know. He's probably like, what the hell? But I don't care what he says on some bullshit show on the internet. Yeah, that's probably something that he would say. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want Mr. Isaacs Sr. as a guest on the podcast one time.
You know what? We should have a show called A Bullshit Show on the Internet.
A bullshit show on the internet.
And to draw your thoughts on the second match of the night.
Yeah, I love having Sting around for as long as we're gonna have him. Maybe Brett can come in and teach him to do a sharpshooter just for his last little run here.
Very true.
I mean, to be fair, he could just get Daniel Garcia to teach him because that man does a phenomenal.
No, that's
Dragon
not
tamer.
that's a dragon tamer. It's different.
I understand that, and it's the best thing that anyone currently does with it because Brett isn't what.
No,
he
you know what the problem with the dragon tamer is?
What's that?
When you lean back like that, the guy can grab you. This doesn't
Well,
work.
I mean, yeah, that's the only dumb part of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this going. We got Storm and Sheeta in black and white with Tony Schiavone. I want you to describe it with just one word. JFB will go first. Weird. Weirdest contract signing I've ever seen. Canada Dry.
Lazy.
Lord Ray Southwood.
Shoo.
Okay. It's a good one. Golden Graham.
Proper.
Okay. Mr. Isaacs.
Awkward. A Japanese woman that can barely speak English, and then a
Look, I
woman
was
who
gonna say
speaks
her
Whoa,
English
whoa,
is
there's
a lot
one word
better.
here. Whoa.
Her English is
English.
way better than what it used to be.
Look, Mr. Isaacs,
Yeah.
you have enough people from Japan mad at you. You probably shouldn't talk about them.
Yeah. If any of them were actually real, I would care. But
Whoa. Let's not break kayfabe here.
Speaking of which, Ayaka said that she won't be making any comments tonight because her YouTube, she lost her emails for it. She can't sign in. That's why she's not here this
geez.
evening.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Hey, don't worry. Wife, the girlfriend's coming in. Dogs are going crazy. That's all insanity. Anyways, let's get on with the show. Let's go to our third.
Before we continue, I just wanna let you guys know that Hikaru Shida sings a really nice version of "Take Me Home, Country Road."
I will have to find that.
Yes,
Oh, dear
there's
God.
if you look it up, singing that she sings it really good.
All right, let's go to the third match of the night.
Just like John Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, she sounds like a Japanese John Denver. There's
Country
no doubt about it.
horse, take me home to the place
I'm young, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
You're like Tab.
now to Mama.
We have gone off the rails.
This one over here says
We're trying to get the dogs barking in the background, so we're trying to get.
Let's go to match number 3. We're talking Swerve. He's
Whose house?
Swerve's house. We're talking about Swerve versus Penta. Here are some of my notes. This crowd started to warm up a little bit for this match. They started warming up with Swerve. JP is very happy. I'm hot on Swerve. If Swerve was stock, I would be buying.
I'm changing my answer to timeless.
Okay. Freaking Marty. Anyway,
I'm ripping off Marty because he doesn't have his own voice I can steal from him.
Yeah, I hate that Penta has to eat the loss. He's been taking a lot of losses lately, and I just don't like. I'm a big Penta fan, so it's more personal to me than the four of you cold-hearted bastards. Anyways, I digress.
He's already predicted we're gonna
I love the Lucha Ground reunion. The Lucha Underground reunion. We get it. Swerve working Penta. Penta's legs, Penta's arms, a small amount of offense Penta has. It's sad, but things start to pick up, my friends. And now we're getting Penta offense, and the crowd is totally bought into it. Hangman. This was back and forth, right? Penta does take the loss. Swerve breaks his arm or his wrist or whatever Tony Schiavone was yabbing about. And then he does the stomp, which looked really vicious this time. And out comes Hangman Page because Swerve's trying to take off Penta's mask, and it's a no-no. You don't take off a luchador's mask unless it's a mask for mask match. Beats Swerve. Hangman beats Swerve with a chair like he owes him money. And the look on Hangman's face is probably the best acting this guy has ever done in his entire life. I'm going to go with Golden Graham first. Damn it, Golden Graham. What are your thoughts on the third match, my friend?
I absolutely enjoyed this match. It was fun. That opening sequence of them diving around, I felt like it needed because, like you said, this crowd was dead. And this is the match that really woke them up.
Yeah. That
spot of Swerve stomping on Penta's arm, and that, I don't know if you all heard it, but there's it sounds like a pop or something that was in the volume. Oh man, it made me wince.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've been waiting to see this Hangman for a couple weeks, ever since Swerve broke into his house, because this is how you should be acting. You broke into my house, you wanted to threaten my child and my wife. Yeah. It should be war, basically, is what it's a declaration of war to sit there and say, to enter my house in the middle of the night and then go into my kid's room.
I agree with you. You get 25 points. Let's go to Evan Expert, Mr. Isaacs.
I loved everything about this match. I thought it was a fantastic match. Swerve is quickly becoming the star to watch, aside from MJF. Penta looked great in this match. It was hard hitting, back and forth, a bunch of interesting spots, like grabbing Penta's tongue, just little weird spots like that. That just makes it stand out.
Real quick, I love Taz's line after that. He said to Shivani, he's like, I want to rip your tongue out of your face or something like that.
Yes.
But when Hangman came out, I am so glad that Hangman, for once, for the first time in probably a couple of years, actually looked like a badass.
Yeah.
He came out, he wasn't wearing women's clothing. He was wearing a leather jacket and boots, and he looked scruffy, and he looked mean and nasty with a steel chair.
Joey's in your house.
Well, then he better come give me a hug. He says he loves me. Give me a hug.
It was great. I thought it was fantastic. Great match, and I love the Hangman part.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Canada Dry. Canada Dry. Tell us what your thoughts of the third match of the night.
Swerve effing Strickland.
Yeah.
He is quickly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers in the entire world.
Yeah.
This guy has got it all. I love the bit where Penta kind of hangs from the ropes from his feet, and then he gets jumped on. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And nice little it was a little bit of a mistake, but it made the snap on the arm better because he missed the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made it better.
It did.
Because you're like, oh, this is really serious. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna make sure you do it.
Yep, absolutely. Lord Ryan Rich, not like your opinion matters, but go ahead anyway. Tell us what you thought of the third match.
Rich. When you cough, can you mute your mic for a bit there?
Yeah, I'll use a lozenge too. I apologize. Speaking of people who have put on weight, I think within the last 4 months, Swerve's put on 20 pounds of muscle. Probably.
Oh yeah,
he looks phenomenal.
Yep.
Having Nana by his side doing the dance with him being straight face is gold.
Yeah.
Like, to talking about shirts that I want to buy, Mogul Embassy shirt is a shirt I want to buy.
Yeah.
Like that's a hot ticket thing right there. And Swerve, I really like the feud that's going on with Hangman. I think it's really been well done. I think it's bringing out the best in both people. In particular in this match, the spot that Canada Dry pointed out I really liked. I thought that the Destroyer onto the ring apron was really good too. And the Made in Japan looked really good that Penta did. So I was happy with the entire match. I thought it was fantastic. And it really did get the crowd kind of out of their funk.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to Jay White in the back. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Let's just face facts. This is not a good promo. Jay White has not. He's been missing big time. Renee's with Jericho and Omega. You know what? It's really good when reality can seep into fantasy. I'm not a huge fan of the Young Bucks because they are basically petulant children and prima donnas. They are playing themselves, and the fact that they're doing
turned up to 11, mind you.
Yes, it is beautiful. Bucks taking shots at Jericho's back. That I didn't understand, but the rest of the promo was just fantastic. I'm just digging them, and we have a match. It's going to be the Golden Jets versus the Young Bucks with stipulations, mind you. The Bucks win. Kenny Omega has to break up with Jericho and come back to the Elite. Jericho and Omega win. They get their number one contender shot. I'm going to go with Mr. Isaacs first. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts?
Let's try to keep this under like 20 seconds for each person.
Yeah, so these guys come on the screen. They look like 13-year-old boys. They're like, I thought you were going to be our friend. Are you not our friend? We're going to beat you in a match and make you our friend. It's like, I don't like the Bucks cutting promos. I just don't at all. I like what Jericho and Omega had to say, though. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go with Canada Dry. You're next, my friend.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of the Bucks, but I love what they're doing. I think it's genius because the only way to recover from this whole CM Punk bullshit is to lean into what people think they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if someone's insulting you and you say it about yourself, you're pretty much ending the heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like if you're gonna be a heel, you're gonna be able to eventually turn face again down the road. So I think it's brilliant. I think this match is a perfect opportunity to possibly put the belts on Omega and Jericho.
I love it. I love to see it. Ryan Rich, what the hell? Your turn.
God, you beat a guy one time in a buried alive match, and he gives you heat for the rest of eternity. If storyline wise, I think it makes sense for the simple fact you got to remember that like a year and a half ago, Jericho put the Young Bucks' father in the hospital, and like they had this whole stadium stampede match where Kenny was with them, and now he's doing this thing with. So I get where they're coming from, even if they act petulant and how they're doing it. It makes sense storyline wise for me, and this is not something that I was expecting, so I'm kind of interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, I am too. Golden Graham, your thoughts really quick.
I enjoyed everything, and this promo encapsulates that we know that the Bucks read the internet because they're acting like how people say they act. They're accusing Jericho of basically attaching his star to Omega and sitting there sliding into these guys where he's been a diminishing star. He's pulling in everyone in his universe to prop himself up. So,
yeah, absolutely. Let's go to our fourth match. We're talking Keith Lee. Limitless Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe. Here are some of my notes. We're getting ready to watch two big boys just slap meat. I mean, basically, this is just going to be nothing but an unadulterated beating. Someone's going to get beat down.
Dallas PM'd me in the middle of this. He's like, this isn't what I thought it was when they told me about slapping meats. He's like,
I love Dally. Slow pace. They measure each other up, which is, how a Samoa Joe and a Keith Lee match should go. These guys shouldn't be rampaging after each other. They should be taking it nice and slow. Because let's just face facts. These are big guys. Their cardio is probably not as good as, say, like Swerve.
Except for that leap by freaking Limitless Keith Lee. Holy crap.
Oh, my God, yeah. So Joe has the advantage. That double chop. Ow. Like, I have handprints on my chest right from that double chop. It hurt. Like, I winced. I rarely ever wince when I watch a wrestling match. I was like, oh, someone's going to be paying for it in the morning. I'm just saying. Did Joe really do a dragon screw on Keith Lee? Holy crap. That was freaking amazing. Then we get the end. Samoa Joe taps out Keith Lee. And then Samoa Joe gets the stick. Samoa Joe makes two announcements. First announcement, I'm abandoning, I'm vacating, I'm getting rid, if you will, of the Ring of Honor World Television title because I have my eye on the bigger prize, and that would be, my friends, the AEW World Championship that MJF currently holds. Wow. I did not see that coming. By God. You know what? Let's just be realistic. 98% of the AEW roster wants to go after MJF for his belt. Canada Dry, you're a contender as well. You go first, my friend. Thoughts on the fourth match?
I'm a contender for the title? Holy shit.
I mean, everybody is at this point. So,
yeah, like this match between, I think this is one of the best matches I've seen Samoa Joe go at because he's never really faced anyone other than Wardlow as big as him. So yeah. I thought that this was a good clash. And what a way to go out as champion by beating Keith Lee with that choke out submission. Wow. And then just like saying, I don't want it anymore. I'm vacating it. I've got bigger fish to fry. Thank you very much.
If I was Samoa Joe, I would have called my finisher the Bobcat. Anyways, I digress.
I was going to finish up by saying that, it's a real power move for him to do this. Like, to say, just leave it in the ring, just walks away.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan Rich, your thoughts, my friend?
The match I thought was really good. I enjoyed it, and for being big guys, they're both very agile. Yeah. So I think that's why this is a good matchup too, because you get all the power, but you get some of that agility mixed in with it to show how good athletes these guys really are, and it makes it more believable that someone, can really take it to Joe, because there's not a lot of men physically that can do that. Can.
So we want to address Dave Pemberton's question.
I'll give you my thoughts when it's my turn.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I don't see why Samoa Joe couldn't have two belts, but I don't think Samoa Joe is the right man to take the belt off of MJF right now.
I mean, he's already had two belts once, Dave, Marty. I see, that's the thing. I don't like double champions. I feel like their roster is big enough. They should be shared. They should spread that shit out.
Yeah, and if I don't like it. It also makes the championship going after the world title more serious, because he's like, I'm so serious about this, I don't even need this shit.
Well, if he was the world television title and the AEW world champion, he's never losing an ROH TV title match. There's no suspending disbelief. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. So I don't like the double champion thing, but I think it's interesting that he vacated. I definitely did not see that coming.
Yep. Joe, your turn, my friend.
Okay. First off, match wasn't as good as what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It left me wanting more. And I absolutely hate the fact that he just vacated the title. He's the longest reigning champion. You could have done something. You could have made somebody. Because you know what? You could have had Keith Lee here beat Samoa Joe tonight, and he still could have got on the stick and still cut basically the same promo. Said, I'm the greatest ROH television champion. Good job beating me, but I got bigger fish to fry, and I'm coming.
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way.
Yes, it does. It's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, take away his thunder. You take all his thunder away.
Yeah, you cut the legs out
instead of him just literally taking a belt that we all complain that there's too many of. So he basically says, "This is a meaningless title. I'm going to walk away." That does nothing for the ROH.
It hurts the belt a little bit, but it doesn't hurt Joe.
No, but it does get Ring of Honor stuff out of Dynamite, which is what I want as well. Like I don't want to see about the ROH tag titles either.
But you're still basically saying this ROH TV title is meaningless. With Joe saying, I don't want this no more. I'm just going to go after this title instead. You should have had him drop the title. And
I want to know what Mr. Isaac has to think about that.
Yeah, let's get to the voice of reason, the sexiest voice of reason.
Ugh.
Your thought, my friend.
I'll start with the match itself. I like the match. It had a slow, prodding, methodical tone to it, which I liked from these two big men. And I like the fact, too, that Samoa Joe won by choking him out. Just the aesthetic of him choking out a guy who's bigger than him, completely out, and having a ref stoppage, like I thought that did a lot for Joe. And honestly, I like him vacating the Ring of Honor television title because to me, it makes Joe look like, look, I'm too big of a fish in the small pond of Ring of Honor, and it's time now for me to move on and be with the big dogs. You know, basically it's kind of shedding the skin of like, I'm too big for Ring of Honor. I'm going for MJF. And I thought it was quite serviceable for Samoa Joe. I liked it.
Yeah. So let's go to Orange Cassidy. He's in the back. He does a promo and he says, hey, basically, I have to beat Mox in order for this to be a legit championship. I'm going to go past this. There's no reason to reminisce about this. Let's go to our fifth match. We're talking about the Guns versus the Bollywood Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you sneezed or blinked, you missed this match.
Now, let me just say before we move on, like we can quickly go over this really quickly.
Yeah.
But the Bollywood Boys, they got a huge pop.
They did. They did. And you
They
know,
deserve
this
better.
is only an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Vancouver, my friend.
Yeah, the Bollywood Boys, they got a huge pop.
Yeah.
And if Tony Khan is paying attention, he should sign these guys because they're a great tag team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so mediocre promo for them as well. Joe's comes, so MJF is in the back. Joe actually comes up. I mean, maybe he's there for a hug. Maybe he's there to just kind of smile. Maybe he's there to pat MJF on the head and say, it's going to be all right, good buddy. You'll find a way to beat the Guns for the Ring of Honor titles. Canada Dry, you go first, my friend. Really quickly, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I just said something about the Bollywood Boys. But yeah, I think that, this promo went on a little bit long.
Yeah.
It was a decent promo, though. I got to admit. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Lord Ryan Rich. Okay. Call the Graham.
The Guns are nothing but an entrance in my eyes.
Oh, it's a great entrance. Let's go to
It is, but after that, everything goes away.
Yeah.
They're not.
That haircut on one of them is really bad.
Yeah. Mr. Isaacs. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts, my friend.
I completely 100% missed the short match.
Yeah.
And, but I'm
You
glad
didn't
the
miss
Bollywood
anything.
Boys made an appearance.
I sneezed and I'm like, holy shit, the match is already over. It was ridiculous. Let's go to our next thing. It's Mox in the back. He's with Wheels backstage. Again, I think if I had $1 for every time Mox either bleeds or uses the words piss, I would be living in a mansion right now because he talks about beating the piss out of him. Big shocker. Let's go to
Let's just move on from this one.
Yeah, Wardlow has a video package. Apparently, he doesn't like MJF either. Hey, get in line. Nobody likes MJF. We get to our sixth match of the night. Holy
What I
crap.
say about this Wardlow promo is that it's something that's like a great little add to all this other stuff with everyone else coming up. It's like it adds to like, is Wardlow the devil? Is Samoa Joe the devil? No. Is Roddy Strong the devil? It's like the fact that they're doing all these, it adds to the intrigue at the time.
I have a theory, and I will share it later.
Anyways, I digress. Sixth match of the night. Six. We're already on the sixth match. Holy crap. Julia Hart versus Red Velvet. Here's some of my notes. Good to see Red Velvet back. Interesting match. That they would put her against Julia Hart for her return, especially with Julia Hart being as hot as she is. She's on a win streak. She did have a loss against Statlander, but her record is impressive. Yeah, Julia does a split, shows off her flexibility. Best part was that we were alerted that it is Julia's birthday, and Taz, of course, being Taz, chimes in and says, she probably got a black birthday cake with spiderwebs on it. To me, sounds delicious. She chokes out Red Velvet after the bell. Out comes Sky Blue with Statlander and Willow. Canada, Dry, your thoughts on this match?
What's interesting to me is it says what Tony Khan thinks of someone when they return if they don't win their match.
Yeah.
When they return.
Yeah. Message
like, Scott. Yeah, she did not get a comeback match. It was actually an entertaining match, but she didn't get. The other one who didn't get it was what's his name? The guy, former TNT champion, face of the Revolution.
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky, and it's never been seen again. I think he's pissed off. But
he's hurt. He got hurt again.
He got injured again.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like his first match back or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Better than your boyfriend, Lord Ryan Rich.
See, I think it's nice that Julia is obviously being pushed right now. Yeah. She's the hotter wrestler. It was her birthday. I think that it was nice of TK to even put Red Velvet on Dynamite. Like, it's the only women's match of the night. So you're saying she doesn't get a comeback. She just got the only spot that a woman wrestler is going to get on the show. I think that's what that says about how he thinks about her. You're right, but I think it's in a more positive light than what you guys do. As far as the match, they're both like similar builds. So in that respect, I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was all very believable. And the moonsault that Julia did to actually get the pin, I thought was phenomenal.
Yep. Golden Graham, your turn, my friend.
I enjoyed the match. I'm just going to get right to the end. I really thought Julia pulled Red Velvet in way too close. I thought she was just going to miss that moonsault completely there for a second.
Yep.
But this thing with Statlander and Sky Blue and Willow, like, they need to do something. Make the story go a little bit faster.
It up, right?
This thing is at a crawl. Like, do
maybe
something.
Like a 4-way for the title at Full
I
Gear?
don't care what they do. Just do. Just do.
You know what's interesting about this, Joe?
What's that?
Is that Statlander was on fire before this story happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, look, I can't complain because I'm the one who asked for the TBS champion to have a story. But
it's not this one.
It's not. It can be this one, but don't have the speed up to half. Like, make it be like, you got to get used to telling faster stories, especially if you're going to go to monthly pay-per-views. This isn't going to be a 3-month cycle anymore. Yeah. So you're going to have to adjust your storytelling on TV.
Completely agree. Let's see if Mr. Isaacs agrees. Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, I thought this was a much better match than I anticipated. Probably my favorite Julia Hart match, to be honest with you. I thought she looked really good in this.
Yeah.
Wait, more than the Statlander one?
I was like, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. I thought it was a pretty good match. And yeah, I don't care about what they're doing with Statlander and Sky Blue and Willow. It's dumb, and I'm over it. Red Velvet, to me, every time I think about Red Velvet, I think about her just like being like the understudy of Brandy Rhodes. They're like, let's find a black girl that looks kind of similar to her and just have her fill in a team with Cody.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
not.
think about every time I
I'm
see
not
it.
huge on Red Velvet either.
But I mean, it was a pretty good match. I liked it.
Part of me expected Sky Blue to miss Statlander.
Yeah.
She sort of stepped in the middle of them. I was like, are we going to finally get some? Nope.
No,
Delay
they're not
some
going to
more.
pull the trigger. This is going to go on for like 6 years before they finally do something with these 4 women.
Maybe
Let's go
full
on.
year they finish it up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, we welcome the newest signee to AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Mariah May. Those who don't know Mariah May, my suggestion is to go on the interwebs, go to Stardom, and watch a few of her matches. And then you can bitch and complain about how they have already, within a matter of seconds, taken her character and has completely screwed it up. I am sorry. This was a horrible introduction. She's going to be a lackey for Tony Storm. The fact that they gave the guy with the ponytail an interview and saying, hey, I got connections. I can get you. Listen, this was just bullshit. I'm just going to flat out say it. This is one of the best women wrestlers in the world today, and they shit on it.
Can I go first? Can I go first?
Yeah, Golden Graham, go first.
Hold on, before you go first. I can't find it. Oh, here it is, a towel. There you go, JMP.
So, I do not know anything about Mariah May besides the name Mariah May. But just based off of this 30-second interview that we got, I feel like we're going to go the way of Trish and Mickie James, where Mariah is the stalker to the champion that is her. And I think that will be a program a couple months down the line.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
Mr. Isaac,
I really enjoyed it. I like it. It's setting up some storytelling in the future, which is always good for me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this girl either. I'll just be honest. But yeah, it's pretty clear that they're going to bring her in and she's going to kind of, sniff around Tony Storm for a few months before they inevitably have them turn on each other and wrestle. But I really haven't seen her, so I can't really comment. I know I've heard good things, but I'm curious to see what she can bring.
Yep. Canada Dry, you son of a bee.
Listen, I don't know anything about Mariah May, so I'm looking forward to learning more. I'm open to see what's going to happen.
Yep. My new best friend, Lord Ryan Rich.
You know what? Mariah May is fantastic. She's a great wrestler.
Whoa, what'd you kick him out for, JFP?
I didn't kick him out, you SOB. You did.
Sorry, JFP kicked you out. What a rude.
You know what?
That was rude.
Keep your TDS family shit to yourselves and leave me out of it, all right? As I was saying, I think the first priority, I understand your frustration, JFB. I think the first priority was to get her in the door.
Yeah.
And they did that. So I think that's a win for Tony Khan in that respect, because I know that WWE was sniffing around wanting her. I know they're sniffing around Julia right now too. They're trying to bulk up. I mean, Triple H is trying to really take the reins. So I think this is a big get for Tony Khan. And I'm real excited, regardless of what happened tonight, to see what goes on. And RJ City had to be the one, because he's the one that's always doing stuff with Tony, and he's the one who's all like a theater. It all makes sense. So I understood why it was RJ. At least it wasn't Alex Marvez.
Thank freaking God.
Oh my God.
I don't know what their standard is for getting people to interview backstage. I figure, okay, it's Renee, it's Shivani, and then they're like, hey, can you talk? Fantastic. Here's a microphone.
Marvez is
Do you know words?
This is a tough, I'm telling you, it's a tough room is what this is.
I don't give no respect.
No respect.
Let's go to our 7th match. My God, 7 matches. Is this a pay-per-view? Anyways, it's our main event. We're talking about Jay White versus Mark Briscoe. Here are some of my notes.
Oh, he'd like to be called Jay freaking White from now on.
Yeah, well, he can go suck my butt. I said butt. I love this matchup. I remember when Jay White was a young lion, and he went to Ring of Honor, and one of his first matches was against Mark Briscoe, and it was a good to get it tied together. I love to start with a slower pace and ramping it up. I am a huge fan. I want a t-shirt that says "I heart Redneck Kung Fu." Okay,
Yes.
because that chop on the top row, on the top of the corner, was freaking fantastic. Picture in picture, obviously Jay White is in control. Here comes Briscoe. Despite not having the numbers, Briscoe's getting his licks in. I'm really proud of him. I want more Redneck Kung Fu, and guess what? Mark Briscoe delivered. And then out comes MJF. Obviously, Jay White gets the win because, why would you insert Mark Briscoe into, put your shirt down, you big goon.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, MJF comes up. You hear the music. Where's MJF? He slides in through the back of the ring. He cleans house. And then, Jay White does what Jay White does. He rolls out of the ring because you don't want them touching. Plain and simple, you don't want them touching. MJF cuts an incredible freaking promo. It's short, it's precise, it's concise, and it cements him as a face. And then we go backstage to watch the Acclaim getting the living hell beaten out of them by masked foes. And then, of course, we get the swiggle lines. The devil shows up. We know it's not MJF. We know. We always have known it's not MJF.
I knew. Hold on.
God.
Nigel
I'm going
McGinnis
to
is
ask you
shocked.
2 questions. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts of the match, and then who do you think are the masked assailants?
I absolutely love this match. This was one of the best Briscoe matches, Mark Briscoe matches I've ever seen. Redneck Kung Fu, everything. But yeah, the funny thing about that backstage thing is the guy's sitting in his office watching the guys get their ass kicked. He's like, oh, maybe I should keep working. Then he's like, when the guy gets to office, I better leave.
Who's in an office with a pane glass window? That's my question.
Yeah, but I think that I have no idea, but I'm just gonna guess Wardlow. That's all.
Okay. Let's go with my new best friend forever besides Brody King, and that's going to be Lord Rich Southwood.
The match was really good. I thought Briscoe was going to chop his chest off.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout the entire match. Those things were hitting. I
Yeah.
was like, man. And the Kung Fu, the Redneck Kung Fu is, by all accounts, one of the greatest things in America today.
Yeah.
If you don't like it,
You're
leave.
wrong.
You're leaving.
Communist.
Just whatever. And
Go to Canada.
you know what?
You might be a redneck if you say birthday.
Birthday. I think I keep when I keep thinking about this, the Masked Man and everything else, I keep thinking of the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making people believe he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I think MJF is behind this, and I think the other 4 men are going to be the other members reforming the Pinnacle.
Okay. Interesting. Ooh, that's a twist. Golden Graham, your turn.
God, I hope it's not MJF. That would be too predictable. I really hope it's not. But anyway, love the match. It was entertaining. It was fun. Like you say, Kung Fu, Redneck Kung Fu, greatest thing that's ever, maybe the greatest export of US ever. Who knows?
Yep.
But my thing is, when this beatdown was happening, I don't know if it was Taz or someone made the comment of everyone who comes to the aid of MJF is getting beat up by the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Bullet Club Gold didn't come to the aid of MJF. This is literally the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what?
He got confused. He's
But-
like, I don't watch that other show.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be Wardlow who's the devil. I really do. I think Wardlow and the Kingdom and Roddy.
Okay.
Maybe Adam Cole somewhere. Yeah, I think I would like for it to be Wardlow, but in real, I feel like it's got to be Adam Cole, the story that's going on. But I will say in our group
Imagine
chat,
if Roddy is right though, and it is MJF.
that would be. I mean, I get it. I hope not. I just don't want it to
That's
be.
why I
that.
think you're right though. I think Wardlow's there. I think the guy who was on the far right looked like Wardlow. I think it's the reformation of the Pinnacle. I think it's MJF. I think it's
what if it's the
FDR.
Pinnacle? This is my theory. What if it's the Pinnacle without MJF?
It could be that too. It very much could be that. It could be that with maybe a new leader like Adam Cole.
Okay.
Wardlow and FTR.
Okay. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts, my friend.
I thought this was a great main event. I love this match. Mark Briscoe's amazing. I love the redneck kung fu, the chops. Jay White's one of my favorite wrestlers out today. Great main event. I loved it. As far as the post-match shenanigans and who the devil is, I don't know. I think the devil's probably going to be Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I think that's the most logical choice. Because they're making sure they kind of tease him a little bit, having him talk to MJF once a show. But
do you think it would be too much of a stretch to be Roddy Strong?
I think there's a possibility that the Kingdom might be helping him. Yeah. But I think Adam Cole's the ringleader here. I think he's the devil.
Yeah.
So can I bring something up real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Josh DeCamp in our group chat threw out a very interesting thing. What if Britt Baker is the devil?
Okay.
And she's really gained some muscle.
I don't think she's not. I don't think she was one of the people. I mean, she's not
one of the people.
doing
The first scene, she was the devil was a big guy.
Yeah, but I mean, come on now, it's wrestling. They can easily just put whoever they want under the mask.
It's the Black Scorpion, guys.
Yeah, because the Black Scorpion all along was Ric Flair.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and say this. It's Adam Cole as the devil. The Kingdom are his flunkies. No formation. Mr. Isaacs, Mr. Golden Graham, you get 75 points from the JFB.
Wait, when did we start giving out points?
Hey,
tonight.
Hey, I'm running this show, damn it. I'm going to go ahead and say this. This main event is brought to you by Kill City Cup. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, are you curious what the hell Kill City Cup is? I can sit here and talk to you for about 6-7 hours, but instead I am going to play this video.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup.
Kill City Cup. All right, we are at the point where we talk about, we're at the point now where we talk about, well, we give our flowers. Favorite match, favorite segment, number of stars. Kind of dry goes first, my friend.
Well, my favorite dessert is chocolate pudding.
Excellent.
And maybe some chicken wings. Long walk on the beach afterwards.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Is that a Canadian thing? Chocolate pudding and wings?
Well, you eat the dessert first.
Oh, okay.
Dipping chocolate. Oh, what? Maybe.
Yeah.
Dipping it in. Maybe butterscotch, though, right?
Yeah. Question: wings, breaded or naked? Though is the question.
Oh, breaded.
Yeah.
But anyways,
resounding no.
Swerve Strickland is my favorite match in this. Yeah. This guy, he is a wrestling legend before he's even there. I love this guy so much. My favorite segment has to be the devil segment at the end.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm giving this show a 4.17.
When did we start going with the weird decimals all of a sudden?
We've been doing this for weeks.
This show's off the rails.
He's
Anyway,
been doing this for weeks.
I fell asleep last time. What was your ranking last week? Anyways, I digress. Let's go to Rich Southwood.
Make sure you point a decimal in there.
My favorite match was Swerve and Penta. It was just phenomenal. You can't get better. Honestly, my favorite segment was the Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida contract signing. Tony Storm.
Listen, Hikaru.
Chins up, tits out, and watch for the shoe. And I'm giving this 4 bells.
Anyways, all right, I digress.
4.1.
Go to Graham.
Me and Lord Ryan Rich are on the same wavelength. My favorite match was Penta and Swerve. My favorite segment was Timeless Tony Storm. Like, I love her character work right now. And yeah, I'm giving this a 3.75 this week.
Okay. Mr. Isaacs, lay it on us, brothers. Shock the hell out of us with your score.
2 bells. No.
Match of the night for me was Penta versus Swerve.
Yeah.
I just love that match. Segment of the night, I got to go with the Devil, although I'll give a very close runner-up to Hangman being a badass for the first time in years.
Yeah.
And my overall rating for the show, I'm going to give it 3.25 bells.
Okay.
Before you go, JFB.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that this timeless Tony Storm gimmick can last a long period of time? Because it seemed like we could get tired of it over a long period of time. Like,
No, I don't think it's going to. I really think once she wins this title, she's going to slowly revert back to regular Tony Storm. Because
I think like if you went for a year as timeless Tony Storm, we would all be sick of that.
Yeah, well, this whole character is based on her losing the title and Sheeta stealing her limelight.
Yeah.
So once she steals it back at Full Gear, I think we'll slowly get a transition.
Hopefully, because I don't think we can take this character for like it's fun right now, but I think it would grow stale over a while.
Yeah, it's like a fidget toy. It's really cool for about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, why did I even spend $20 on this?
Remember the fidget spinner?
The JFB is going to go ahead and do this.
Wait, you spent $20 on a fidget spinner?
Bro, those are like $1.50. What are you talking about?
They are now, but back in the day when they were really popular, they were going, it's got lights and shit, man. Come on.
It was a good one.
You got to pay $20 for
Bluetooth.
one with the lights, and it plays music and shit. Damn it.
You know it's really good when you can do it and it would bounce on a finger and it didn't just wobble off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear God. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to go ahead and say my favorite match of the night was Swerve Strickland versus Penta, because that arm break sounded legit. He sounded like he actually broke Penta's arm. And if I recall, Penta did break his arm in Lucha Underground when he was Killshot.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite segment was the Devil, because now the guessing game begins. Who is the man behind the devil mask? We all know it's Adam Cole. For the two of you on this side, at Canada Dry and Rich Southwood, poof, that's why we know it is. We know it's
What's our score, Golden Graham?
I don't know. JFB hasn't given me his yet.
score.
Well, hurry up. Come on.
I'm going to go with a 3.5. The crowd killed it for me. That crowd should have been lit. So
What did the expert give?
3.25.
Yeah.
Oh, really low.
0.25 above Mr. Isaacs. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like
So our average is 3.734.
okay.
Still not a bad show.
Yeah, we'd have a better,
That's good. That's good.
rating if
I feel like they went low because we went so high. Trying to average it down lower.
Yeah, shit happens. Anyways, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our show. I hope you had a blast listening to us and watching us. We had a blast talking to you and giving you our opinions. Now, if you are curious how you get in touch with us, you want to support us because guests cost money. Okay? We want guests, and in order to get them, we got to pay them. And the two ways you can do it. You can do a tier on YouTube, 5, 10, 15, $20.
Or you can actually throw money in a comment as well.
Yeah, throw money in a comment. $1, $2, $3, $4. But if you want to give us a big lump sum, your aunt just died, she left you a big, huge fortune. You're like, you know what? AFW, effing wrestling, I'm going to give you guys a couple $100,000. Here's how you do it.
Cool. No.
That little email address down below, it's not going to just get you sexy pictures of Canada Dry, the JFB, Mr. Isaac, Skull and Graham, and Lord Rich Southwood. Oh, no. Also,
not promise me.
all right. Anyways, it will guarantee that it will send you to our PayPal link where you can give us cold hard cash. Now, if you want to tell the world, you're walking in an airport, you're walking in a mall, you're eating at a Chuck E. Cheese with a bunch of snotty-nosed kids, you want to tell the world who you like, who's your favorite podcast, who's your favorite streaming, you can go to ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling where you can go ahead and get these shirts, like this Sharpshooter Action shirt, or our newest one, the All Effing Wrestling AFW shirt. Holy cow. That's
Hot Wheels, baby.
Hot Wheels, baby. Now, we like to give flowers to those who have come before us. And one of those wrestlers who laid down that foundation actually had a show called The Flower Shop. His name is Adrian Adonis. You can support Adrian Adonis by going to ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get your adorable Adrian Adonis gear. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Lord Ryan Rich, on behalf of the Golden Graham and Jim, Mr. Isaacs, I'm the JFB, yo.
And sometimes in life, it really kicks you in the balls. And when you don't have the fortitude to get back up, it's okay to stay down for a bit. It is. You gotta grieve. You gotta figure out what to do next. But it's important you don't stay down. You know, you gotta reach out to your friends. You gotta reach out to whoever you can, because, like, I promise you, even though the rain comes down for a good long while, it stops and the sunshine comes out again, and you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just keep fighting.
Hell yeah. Well said. Hit it.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.